All right, we are live. What is going on, guys? Welcome to this video. My name is Brando Linick, and I'm excited to put this one together specifically because this is something I've experienced. I actually experienced this back in 2012 when I got a job interview. Okay, I actually applied to work at Red Lobster. I applied online, and I went for an interview, my first interview, and then I got sent to another interview because there is a second manager that I had to meet with. So I met with one of the managers and it was awesome. And then I had to meet with the second manager, which was a little higher up. It was like regional manager or something like that, just a district manager. I forget for the location. He was like head higher than the other manager. And I had to go in for a second interview. And I ended up getting the job. And some tips just for you guys when it comes down to it is honestly, I had never heard of a second interview before that point in time. And I was very nervous. I thought I did something wrong. I didn't know why. I had to go in for a second time. I'm usually used to, or hearing at least, going in first time and then getting a call back if you're hired or if you're not. You will get a call or you won't get a call. I'm typically used to that. So back in 2012, when I had to go in for the second interview, I didn't know exactly what to expect, and it was the shortest interview of my life. I think it was only like 15 minutes. It wasn't that long whatsoever. And it was really more so asking about why I was a good fit for the position I was applying. Now, keep in mind, I was applying as a dishwasher for a restaurant, and they got me in for a second interview. So I was like, man, I'm just a dishwasher. I will wash dishes. I just want to get a job so I can start making money. And I don't know. I just don't know why you guys want a second interview. But they wanted to know my position. I guess they're looking for someone who is very serious. They didn't want somebody who would just, come join after their first paycheck, then quit because Red Lobster is a very, very busy restaurant, at least where I'm from up here in Canada. So I was well aware of all this when I was going into it. So I went in for the second interview with confidence as if I had already gotten the job because I was like, okay, a second interview. How bad could it be? They want to see me a second time. I will see them a second time. So I went in there. I answered all their questions. Some of the questions are like trick questions. It was like catch 22, kind of in a sense. They were just asking me a ton of questions. What I like, how I work around other people, how I work under pressure, how I would handle a certain situation and outcome if it were to happen, and what exactly I would do and why I would do that. So they would put me kind of in the shoes of if I was already working the job and what I would do in that scenario. And it was really cool. I mean, the way I approached it was just confidence. Honestly, that was it. And I got the job. I got the job and I worked part time at first and then I got full time. My hours were very flexible. They trusted me. It was altogether an awesome job. It wasn't my calling at the end of the day, but it was an awesome gig. And I hope if I can get anything across to you guys when it comes to tips is if you get a second job interview or you get called for a second job interview, have complete confidence. Okay. Chances are you're going to get the job, but they just want to make sure that it is right for you, okay? Because nobody likes to waste their time. Last thing a management wants to do is bring on someone who's going to quit the next month or the next week, okay? They're looking for someone who has reliability there and who has flexibility as well and has a leisure. So make sure that's you, and it depends what job you're going for, right? But honestly, I think confidence is what blew it over the whole time, and being myself, not pretending to be someone else. I wanted to get a job because I wanted to save up to buy a car for my senior year in high school. That was like 5 years ago, at the time of shooting this video. So, I mean, why do you want a job? Why do you want this job? What is it going to do for you? Okay. And then just go in there with confidence, like you're there to kick ass and like you've already got it and you'll get it. But that's the best tip I can give you for a second interview. Just be confident. Don't be nervous. It's a good thing you're getting a second interview rather than people who don't get second interviews or no calls back. Typically, a second interview means that your first interview you spoke to maybe a smaller person and somebody looked at your resume or your entry as well and they got intrigued by your entry and they want to meet you too. So just be flattered by that. Honestly, that's the best tip I would give you. Be flattered that you get a second interview. That's absolutely fantastic. And be confident in yourself. Be confident as if you already got it. So those are my tips, guys. Very simple, very basic, as you can tell. Nothing out of the extraordinary. Anyone could tell you this, but I hope this helps you out. I hope you go out there and crush it. And I hope you really enjoyed this video as much as I did putting it together for you. And in ending out, if you're someone who is, interested in being your own boss or not having to go through interviews anymore, much like I was back in 2014. I was sick and tired of applying for jobs all the time and going from job to job. I decided to look online and be an entrepreneur, and it wasn't easy, all right? Definitely wasn't easy, or else everyone would do it. But I was able to, from working as a baker in Red Lobster in April 2014 to in a period of 5 months, go from that to creating a full-time income business on the internet, being my own boss, being independent, not having a boss tell me what to do and how to do it. And I share all that. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it down below in the description. It'll be a link to my website, 123marketingtips.com. Just a little nuance for those of you who don't want to have to always go through interviews your whole life or jobs your whole life. So if you want, go check it out. If not, that's just a little nuance on top of this tip video for second interviews. And I hope to see you guys crush it. And let me know in the comments below how your second interview went. I'm really curious. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.